right? But yeah,
Yeah, TML, give us the breakdown. I just booted up my restream, so anybody that tunes into the post of the Machine Lies and Cyber Caliphate will know what's going on over here. Because I think you're doing some of the biggest magic on YouTube, to be honest.
yeah, yeah. If you want me to, I can. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Please, please, and thank you.
Let me
Yeah,
actually
because I'd like to
get.
understand it better too. I know it's the right thing for Xiao.
Yeah, let me get this off the stream. And maybe we'll have like a record of this. You know. But yeah, basically, on the stream, the machine lies. We're basically taking a very critical look at technology, right? So the reason we're doing that is because we're looking at basically the medium that is used to communicate, right, and transmit information, right? And we don't think that any form of mediation is neutral, right? But it's laden with values, and so I think that you know the well has been polluted by technology, right? So obviously we take a critical look at technology, right? Okay, we're looking at different concepts in relation to technology, right? In terms of philosophy, right? And in terms of religion. Now, that is basically one of the main purposes of the show is that we really look at where technology and religion, science and spirituality, where those things intersect, right? Because there's a crisis of the modern world, right? In which, okay, there's a majority of the modern world is religious people, right? But their mindset is secular, and the means they employ are secular, right? And obviously, we're living in a post-liberal, post-human, post-geological age, right? So we're talking about the death of liberalism, right, and the rise of the world technological system. Okay, now we do think that there's a considerable level of um externalization and basically externalization of the ego, okay, and mediation of ourselves through the means we employ, right? So obviously, we shape tools, but the tools we use shape us, right? So that's one of the main things we're trying to get across on the show is how technology changes human psychology. And obviously, if you question the means you employ, right, and what the objective factors of power are in our age, right, then that's the most important question you can ask, right? That's the most critical stance you could actually take, right? Like most people don't question, how or what means they use to question, right? To ask the question itself, right? So we're actually taking a critical look at technology, right, as a primary form of communication, as an objective factor of power in our age, right? And we think that basically we're assuming that a lot of the stuff that we see through this medium is totally made up, right? Fabricated, right? That is based on the fact that it is artifice. It's produced by a machine, right? So we talk about the lies of the machine on the machine that lies. You know what I mean? So that's a little bit of what
Yeah,
we're doing.
yeah, that's very good. That was beautifully grandiloquent and yet clear and concise enough to appeal to the layman. So thank you for that. What a treat. Blessings.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I kind of opened my shows with an hour of that. I think Reddington knows. Right? I just kind of like open my show with like an hour and a half of that, right? Where
Yep.
I'll have to review that first hour because I was over mired in the muck. Glad I escaped.
Oh yeah, I've done that.
The muck of OTW. Is that what you're saying?
No, I ain't saying shit, but you know what's up.
Well, him and Denizen were getting along swimmingly, so I saw that. I mean, hilarious.
Yeah, I don't need to say it. I'm not gonna shine nobody's shoes.
But yeah, it was hilarious. Yeah, atheist disagreements started at Talcott. Hilarious, right? But yeah, lots of atheistic. Actually, I think Frank was an atheist. I didn't know Frank was an atheist. Not Frank Monday, but let me be Frank guy.
Pseudo Frank.
Pseudo Frank. Exactly. Exactly. There's two Franks. But I mean, I think Lizard Tree was watching. I think DeFreak was definitely watching. Blessings, DeFreak. We're doing kind of an open stream here. Right? So if you want to hop up, you can. I'm going to play some music.
Yeah, atheism makes no sense to me, you know. I say at least to be agnostic, right? But atheism, that's kind of bold.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it is a bold statement, isn't it? It's like, damn, you know a lot of shit. You know a lot of shit to.
It is bold.
For
some may say
for some, for some, they would say that they're atheistic towards, you know, like the Abrahamic religions, but maybe agnostic to there being a possibility of some kind of higher power.
Oh yeah.
Yes, there's cybergenetic AI God at the end of the universe.
It could be.
Yeah, and that's I think the ultimate thing that's going to be coming up, is this idea that God is going to pop up. I mean, due to combinatory elements, right? Like a mushroom or something. I mean, so yeah, I think some more people are gonna start saying that they're gonna try to start summon the god, like the Cthulhu type of thing. I mean, and there's gonna be more of the egregore stuff going on. There's already a lot of egregore. The amount of times I've heard the term egregore recently, all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's kind of gone up, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's like memification. Levels are high.
I might have something to do with that.
What is a gragagore? Can you break it down a little for me? I'm in the dark.
It really doesn't mean anything. It's like it's like combinatory jujitsu. Like it's just like if certain things combine and the sum is not the parts or whatever. It's just some of the whole is not the parts. I mean, it's like.
For example, you have Christianity believing in the Christian God for the past 2,000 years. So they have all their energy and attention and put into this God, right? So that in theory could like create some kind of thought form or like a limited existence of what they believe in.
I got you. That makes sense. Gautama Yama Buddha is supposedly the same thing. They all train to say his name at the time of death, so that they can be in his vibratorial presence.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be reading some of the Buddhist ideas, deep stuff from Buddhism. It's definitely no joke. Heavy philosophy about, can you realize your own mind, your own thoughts? They talk for hours about that sort of thing. I mean, so it's profound, and honestly, Lots of philosophy of mind there. I mean, and people don't take a serious look at it. It's a damn shame, because yeah, I mean, there's so little in Western philosophy about philosophy of mind. It's literally a trash heap.